When you make the fees so expensive, all you're really allowing to happen is for big corporations or for people who are basically already rich to come in here and monopolize on something. Top of the morning to everybody. I hope that you're having a great day. I am also kind of hoping this is the last vlog that I do like this, but I kind of like these little vlogs where I get to talk and kind of express my mind, and I just kind of jump from different backdrop to different backdrop, just like this. I don't know, there's something kind of fun about it. I got to get different backdrops that are outside of my office, but I've been in my office all week, so you can't get a different backdrop when you're just in your office all week. This video is continuing on what I was speaking about yesterday, which was the state of marijuana here in Atlanta. Now, I guess Georgia. Now, we're trying to get medical marijuana here. They've been working on it for a few years. They did this really terrible law where essentially under this law there is no cultivation, there is no production, anything allowed in Georgia. So all you're allowed to do is go to another state and bring it back here. The issue with that is you have to break multiple federal and state laws from the other states to get it here, considering that there's no states around Georgia with medical marijuana. I don't know why the governor wants us to break the law and then make it legal once it's here, but that's just how completely stupid. Now, I found the law personally to be crazy. I can't believe that they are literally telling us, go to another state, buy it, and do exactly what that state tells you not to do, which is leave the state with the product. That's literally what Georgia lawmakers told people in Georgia to do who could get the CBD oil card if they had one of the very few conditions. Now they're working to change this. We're trying to get some in-state cultivation. We have a governor who got about $4 million for his campaign from a pharmaceutical company that's actually making THC and CBD pills. So he's definitely slowing us down because, I mean, that company gave him $4 million. In what we're hoping is maybe this next year, we're going to get maybe a little bit of movement on the medical marijuana industry here in Georgia, hopefully to allow some actual cultivation, actual growing, etc. Now, my sole purpose for making this video was because in a lot of the states, when they bring these medical marijuana programs in, they always put outrageous, and let me say in my opinion, outrageous license fees to get your dispensary or to produce your product, whatever it is. If it has to do with marijuana, they jack the license fee through the roof. So this video is kind of my message, and hopefully probably a lot of other people's message to the state of Georgia to say, look, we understand that you're going to have fees for your licenses, but don't make them so outrageously expensive. When you make the fees so expensive, all you're really allowing to happen is for big corporations or for people who are basically already rich to come in here and monopolize on something that is growing and is really going to be a gold mine in a few years. But when you have a $75,000 fee to just have a piece of paper for your growing facility, then it makes it really hard for littler guys like us to get in because we don't have $75,000 laying around, but the rich guy in Buckhead, that's nothing to him. I printed off a little list that actually I created from some research that I did that gave me information on the cost of license fees in a lot of states. A lot of them were, I would say, somewhat normal, I felt, but I personally feel that a business license fee really shouldn't be any more than like $100 to $2,000. Some of these places are charging ridiculous amounts for a piece of paper just because it has to do with medical marijuana. Now, like for example, one place that I thought had fairly high fees and actually doesn't was the state of Colorado. Theirs isn't that bad. According to what that I found, I have my little list here outside the camera. A retail marijuana store has a $3,000 license fee. It's a little up there, but it's not that bad. A cultivation facility is $2,200. If you're wanting to extend the plant count from 3,600 to 6,000 plants, it's an extra $4,000, and from 6,001 plants to 10,200, it's an extra $8,000. Retail marijuana products manufacturers $2,200, which again is not that bad. That's the people that make edibles and whatnot. and retail marijuana testing facility is $2,200. Again, not that bad. They're not under that amount that I would prefer, that I really think it should be for a piece of paper, but it's not nearly as high as I expected it to be, or at least what I'd heard it was for Colorado. I'll say from my research, the only other state that had anywhere near those kind of numbers was actually Washington. Washington has just an application fee for retailers or wholesalers and producers that's only $250. That's amazing. That means that all the little guys who just got out of college at Le Cordon Bleu could be in Georgia and start them some type of edible business for only $250 and try to sell it to dispensaries. That's what that we want to do here. There's $1,000 fee that's initial and cost every year to renew, and the same fees applies to manufacturers up to 30,000 square feet. Good job to Washington. Like I said, I want the little guys to be able to get in here. I see a lot of those in California. I think they have a lot of like littler companies, but some of these states are making these fees so high it's not possible. So in Georgia, we want the little guys to make it, because then I can make it. So that would be probably two examples that I would want Georgia to follow. Colorado's are not too far out of the question in my opinion. It's kind of reasonable amounts. I'd still love to see them lower. Washington, big thumbs up to you. But if we don't follow some type of guideline like that to where it's only $1,000 or $2,000 for a fee, then like I said, just the people that are rich are already going to get richer. If we can make the fees lower in Georgia, the people in Georgia who are not as rich like me can hopefully open this business and be able to make money to become one of the rich people in Buckhead. That's the end goal. So a few other states, Connecticut, the application fee for a dispensary is $1,000, absolutely non-refundable, as well as a registration fee is $5,000, non-refundable. That's $6,000. Producers, your edibles, etc. $25,000 application fee, non-refundable. $75,000 license fee, $75,000 renewal fee per location, and they want you to have $2 million in an escrow account, as well as there's a marijuana brand registration that's $1,000. You got to be really rich in Connecticut to start you a marijuana company. Illinois is kind of another one. Cultivators have a $25,000 application fee that is non-refundable. That means that even if they don't approve you, they're going to keep your $25,000. Ridiculous. They have a $200,000 license fee for cultivators and a $100,000 annual renewal fee. Dispensaries have a $5,000 application fee that's non-refundable and a $50,000 license fee. Jesus. On top of that, they have a $25,000 annual renewal fee in the state of Illinois. On to Maryland. They're another fairly expensive medical marijuana state. The grower's license is $125,000 for the guys growing the plants. Retailer license is going to be $40,000. The application fee is going to be $6,000 for a grower and $5,000 for a dispensary. So yeah, you're looking at $45,000 if you want to be a retailer. Growers, you're looking at about $131,000 just to get started. And Nevada, their fees were also they were high. Medical marijuana establishments have to have a registration fee that's non-refundable. It's $5,000. The dispensary certificate is $30,000. A renewal for a dispensary is $5,000. A cultivation facility has a $3,000 certificate, and the renewal for that is $1,000. So theirs are like a little higher than the rest, or a little higher than the other two that we should really go by, but still kind of expensive. So again, let me say that I really made this to try to show you how expensive some of these fees are and how really unimaginable it would be for something like medical marijuana to start happening in Georgia, and for small guys like me going, man, I would love to get a piece of this pie and make some of this money. We're going to be completely blocked out if they do license fees of $75,000 and $30,000. Only the rich people in Atlanta are going to have that kind of money. So I'm really begging the senators and everyone in Atlanta that when you create these laws, make it to where some of the little people can get in. You know, I understand the retail stores are going to make a killing, but you're going to make a lot of money on taxes. So I don't know why you want to charge so much for a piece of paper when you're already going to rake it in on the tax side. So instead, charge less for the piece of paper and then still rake it in on the tax side, where that you have more companies raking in that tax money for you. Does that make sense? I mean, it does to me. I'm gonna send this actually around. I have all the senators' emails. I'm gonna put this in an email and send it to probably every single one of them, and just say, take 10 minutes to watch this and make these fees reasonable. For a retail store, I could understand 2 grand. Somebody wanting to produce an edible, maybe $1,000. Testing facilities, I can understand being a little higher. Growing facilities, but really just make it to where more people can be in the marijuana industry and actually make money. Like I said, if you have a bunch of companies giving you tax money every month, you're making a killing. So you don't really need those big fees to make your money when you're going to have hundreds of companies giving you tax money every single month because they're going to be making a killing. In the end, I feel this video may have been a little bit too long, but I am sorry. I wanted to give as much detail as I could, and I did a good bit of research on this to actually find it out. I know this is going to get demonetized instantly, but I don't really care. Hopefully somebody will see it, one of these lawmakers or something, and they'll go, you know what, he's right. Let's make these fees reasonable. Doubt that's going to happen, but hopefully. All right. Again, I hope everyone's having a great day. Hopefully this video gave you a little bit of knowledge. If you knew anything about the medical marijuana industry or the fees, or if you're even wanting to get into the medical marijuana industry, here's some info on the fees that you could see per state. Hopefully Georgia will be nice. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Click the like button if this helped you out, and also subscribe for me if you can, because I'm still trying to get my play button. It's a goal, but it's a long ways away. I'll get there though. I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.